How's it everyone, Leon here, and in this episode I'm checking out the latest edition for my bike.
Shop Brew.
So I recently purchased the Givi GRT709 saddlebags for my bike. So it just arrived and let's have a look inside. Now the biggest issue obviously in planning any sort of overlanding trip is always packing space. So that's the biggest thing that I've had to start doing a bit of research on, and I had a look at a few different saddlebags, but this one definitely caught my attention purely because there's so many things that you can do with it, and obviously it has quite a number of packing space in it. Has a few little hook and loop systems or molly systems that you can attach extra stuff on. So let's check it out. So what's inside the box? So first off, this is the shoulder straps that come with it. Set that aside there. Little handy little brochure showing a few different products and where this product has obviously been used. Put that down there. And a few little clips. Attachments obviously onto the bag, a few carabiners that come along with it. That'll go down very handy. Let's check what else is in here. So these are obviously the brackets that go onto the metal rack itself, which you attach straight onto the bike. And then the two bags. So they're pretty big. Obviously there are two in here, so I'm just going to put this down and then maybe move the box out the way. So the other one, probably exactly the same. So let's have a look. And that's pretty decent bag. Nice and sturdy material. Loads of buckles and ways to strap this down and tighten it. So this is one of the features that I really was looking forward to, is having these extra pieces of molly attachments on it. Because I'm always constantly, the biggest issue that I've had with some of the other saddlebags is you always have just the saddlebag, and it's never, it's not a module where you can attach certain things depending on what you're actually going to be doing out in the field. So what I've found is the major problem that I had with any of these type of saddlebags, it's like, that's the saddlebag, that's it, you can't attach it, you can't sort of customize it to what you need to do. So it's like sometimes if I'm out on a bike, even if I'm just doing a short enough trail, or if I wanted to go out and do a bit of hunting and stuff, I wanted to sort of custom make the trip specifically for that. Whereas with some of the other saddlebags, you always have to take either a saddlebag off or you need to change the saddlebag and do something else. So what I really like about this is I think it's going to be ideal for what I want to do. So, and then also, as I was saying, trying to add a few things on. So you can see on these saddlebags, they've got loads of molly attachments where you can add extra accessories on, etc. So it's supposed to be 100% waterproof. I'll test that out. So I'm living in Ireland and we get a heck of a lot of rain. So that's always another issue for me, making sure that the gear doesn't get wet, especially when I'm packing in tents or tarps or sleeping systems or any of my other type of gear, making sure that it doesn't get wet at all. So let's have a look at the bag. Also, other nice thing, has a few little reflective strips there. Seems like they're pretty sturdy buckles as well, so definitely no issue in terms of having that going to break at any point. I'm going to have a look at some of the measurements as well, but just off the cuff, just having a quick look at the bag itself. Nice carry handle. The other system that I do like, so once the plates are actually attached onto the bike, these obviously just sort of slip in, and then what you can do is, if you can see on the, has a nice little lockable system here. So when you, obviously lock it onto the bike, and then obviously very easy to dismount it, you just sort of unhook that and the whole thing comes off from the bike. So that seems to be pretty good system. So we'll test that out later in a different video. I'll probably be doing a sort of a time lapse of how I'm actually mounting this onto the bike, but I just wanted to have a quick overview of the bags themselves. So let's undo the top section there. So it has another few little clips on the side for the rolly. Let's have a look inside. So when taking measurements of the bag, I'm going to just measure from seam to seam. Obviously there might be a few more centimeters give or take on either direction depending on how much you're actually going to stuff into the bag. So let's have a quick measurement of the width of the bag. So measuring seam to seam, it's about 33 centimeters. So once again, if you're stuffing in a few more pieces of gear, I reckon you could stuff it to about 35, 36 centimeters. So that's the width of the bag. And looking at the height, now with this, once again, depends on how much of a roll you're actually going to have on the bag. But let's say I'm going to go from, let's say from roughly around this buckle here, right to the very bottom. So let's go around there. So that should be about 45 centimeters. Once again, depending on how much you're actually going to stuff into the bag. And next, just going to look at the depth as well. And looking at that, seam to seam. So I'd say between 17 to 20 centimeters, probably more, 19 to 20 centimeters. Once again, depending on how much you actually stuff into the bag. So this is 35 liters in total. So nice little Velcro-y straps to open it up. And then nice big space inside to pack it. And the other thing that I also liked about this bag in particular is I don't like all these different compartments that people have. They have like loads of bags where you can slot this in there and, you know, compartmentalize, but in my opinion, I mean, that's just a waste of space. I just want one big massive area. I just chuck the stuff in and I'd space it around as I need it, so no hassle with that. So it has a separate inner lining, so this yellow bag you can actually completely take out as well. And then if you need to, you can sort of remove that. If that starts to get dirty, chuck it in the washer. Pretty simple, pretty easy to clean it out, so no fuss with that. And then obviously it has the attachments there for the shoulder strap, so you can just hook that on, you can carry that on with you. The other nice thing why I was really looking at that, so as I say, if I'm going to go out hunting, if I'm going to be processing meat and stuff like that, I want something that's not going to be too difficult to clean, and I don't want to stuff up my saddlebag itself. So at least with that, I can chuck in anything in here. It's nice and separate. I can just take it out, and afterwards I can clean it out properly without it getting, wrecking the bag itself. So that's pretty cool. So the inside, just saying, it's pretty big. It's pretty big. So I suppose you could stuff a heck of a lot of stuff in here. There's a sort of a very hard, rigidy plastic, so that's obviously the back end of this plate that actually where it mounts onto the bike or onto the rack. Has nice few little drain grommets at the bottom, so you can see, so any sort of moisture can sort of drip out as well. So that's another cool feature. And let's check. So then on the side, same thing here. It has these nice little tie-down straps. You can tighten it down as you need it. And then it has another separate pouch on the side. So, and with another little dry bag. So very handy to be stuffing in extra pieces of gear or water bottles or whatever you want or any items that you want to stay dry. And then this one here, obviously the side has a sort of waterproof lining in there in any way, so that seems pretty decent enough. So in general, I'm pretty happy with this purchase. We're gonna have a look at the different, in one of the other videos that I'm gonna do. I'm actually gonna do just a mounting video, and then we'll have a look at exactly how this fits on the bike. How much, does it add on to the bulk of, and in terms of the width of the bike itself, and how then I'm going to try and do a bit of stuffing of items in it. The other thing that I was also thinking of is at least it might give me another easy way of mounting. So on either with my shotgun or my rifle, at least I can mount it with molly straps. I can mount my scabbard onto this as well. And then with the drawstrings, literally just pull it down, and we'll see how that's going to work out, and if that's actually gonna do the job for me. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So this is the Givi GRT709 35-liter bags. As I said, overall pretty happy with the general look and feel of it. Pretty sturdy material. I don't think it's going to give me any problems. So then these are just as I said, the mounting plates. So I'll have a look at that in the next video. So thanks for watching this overview and unboxing video. In the next one, as I said, I'll look at the mounting of it on the bike. I'll probably do a time-lapse video on that, not to bore everyone with exactly how to be mounting these systems. Currently planning an overlanding trip, so I'm getting all different bits of gear together for that trip. So in the next videos, I'll also be looking at different things like tents and tarps and hammocks and all that type of stuff in preparation for the trip. So if you like this video, thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. And as always, sharp brew, and see you in the next video.